Hey racing fans, how you doing? Doug Hen with the Number Cruncher back again. And we're getting us off on a fun start, something we like to try to do, give you a little bit of a foreshadowing of a big pick to come on this evening's card. And that's what we've done there with a great song. I think it's pretty close to a one-hit wonder from a band called Blues Image. The song, Ride, Captain, Ride. So keep that in mind as we start to go through the program. Anyway, that's a good song. Another one that should be on our playlist. So let's get going. We're talking Woodbine for Friday night, the Standardbreds over at Mohawk Park. It's Friday night, August the 2nd. So by all means, let's get into it. You know, I want to give you on this program front half speed, middle move horses, adjusted closing quarter, and then I'll give you my selections as well. Let's just get into it. Race number 1, front half speed, 1, 4, and then a tie for third with 2 and 7. No middle move horses, adjusted closing quarter, 1, and then 6, 8, and 9 tied for second. Selections, I'm going to go with the 1. How much? I don't know how much more this horse has to do to be the favorite or picked on the program. It's such a nice, consistent horse. Second by a head, and then second by a head the week before that. Nice inside draw. Speed, it's the best speed in the race, best closer in the race. Let's easily give the nod to how much here in race number 1. For second, the 6, Make Out With Me. I featured this one last week, and it came nice closing third at 18-1 for me. Third this time round. How about Margot's Got the Cargo? Back in business after a little bit of time off. What's Margot done? Simply 4 wins and a second out of 6 starts this year. So I think we got to respect Margot's Got the Cargo. And for fourth, Collusion Hanover. Race number 1, 1, 6, 8, and 4. Race 2, front half speed, 6, 1, and 2. Middle move horses, the 7. Adjusted closing quarter, 6. And then a tie with 3 and 7. Selection-wise, we'll give it to the 6, Her Currency. Again, this is our speed horse. And 27 and 1, 2 starts back, also makes her our best closing quarter on the program. I love it, a front and back pick. So Her Currency on top, 7, who also has a nice closing move and threw in a +5 middle move 2 starts ago. That's easily our second best pick. So 6, 7, and then 3 for third, Twin Bee Fling, and Vanji Blue Chip for fourth. 6, 7, 3, 2 here in race 2. Race 3, front half speed, 4, 1, and 3. Middle move horse is the 2. Adjusted closing quarter, 4, and then 1 and 5. And you guessed it. Here's our little foreshadowing to one of my picks. In fact, I've made this pick my most likely winner on the card. I Captain Deo. All this horse did was run along really close, really nice, in behind the what seems to be a world beater, Light Up the World, last start out on July 26th. Managed to come home in 26 and 2 after sitting the early fractions, and was actually closing in on this big time winner in 151 and 4. So a repeat of that should land I Captain Dio easily in the winner's circle. So that's our most likely and certainly the pick in this race. For second, the 1, LMC Peanuts Watchin'. 2, Takeout Hanover for third, and 3, Nova Blue. That'll be our fourth pick in here, race 3. Race number 4, front half speed, 1, and then a tie with 4 and 5. No middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter, same numbers, 4, 5, and 1. So selections, we'll give it to the 4, My Gelato. A decent speed, not quite the best, but only a 1/5 of a second behind in terms of being the speed horse. And then again, 2 starts back, 26 and 2. That just blows these guys out of the water. Other than a qualifier for the 5 horse a few starts back, there's nobody who came home this. So if you're doing a 26-2 in a real race, you've got my attention. So my gelato on top. For second, we will go with the 5, Chillin' on the Beach. For third, the 1, Ava Sealster. And 2, Century Lunar. That'll be the fourth pick. So I think that's a pretty easy top 4. 4, 5, 1, and 2 here in race number 4. Race 5, front half speed, 7, and then a tie with 1 and 5 for second. Middle move is the 3, and then 7, and then 6. Adjusted closing quarter, 2, 3, and then a tie for third with 1 and 5. We'll stick with those closing quarter horses for selections this time. I'm liking the 2, Sobble Wilson. Again, we're looking at some of these young horses, these 2-year-olds, and they're showing us some pretty good flashes of big-time speed coming home. So 3 starts back, June the 25th, Sobble Wilson came home in 26-1. Again, that buries this field in terms of closing quarter. So if we're sitting a little closer perhaps than he did last race, nice post 2. I got a hunch Sobble Wilson's going to be awfully tough to beat. For second, the 3, Belmont Blazer. For third, probably the morning line favorite, the 1, Merrow. And 5, Arson Sealster to round out the top 4. So 2, 3, 1, and 5 here in race 5. Race 6, front half speed, 7, 4, and 5. No middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter, 2, and then a tie for second with 4, 5. Selections, going to go with the 7 horse, Anne. Anne is the best speed in this race. A few starts down, I believe it was June the 21st, and really then followed that up the next start. 2 wire-to-wire wins. Something like that looks very possible. These are a little easier as well, so expect Anne on the front, and very, very likely, or at least very potentially there, is a wire-to-wire win for Anne. For second, the 2, one more bet, 27 flat. That's our best closing quarter in this group. For third, the 5, We Meet Again. And then Bonita's best bet out there on the outside should be at least fourth. So 7, 2, 5, 9 look like the top 4 here in race number 6. Race 7, front half speed, 4, 3, and 2. No middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter, 4, 2, and 8. And selection-wise, gonna stick with that 4, Barb Leahy. Nice reference to the Trailer Park Boys. It's some Canadiana for us. Barb Leahy's running well and really went through the roof last time with, you got it, 26-2 in its last race. I'm going to adjust that 3/5 of a second because she was beaten by 5. So I'm going to penalize that that showing just a little bit, but 27 flat is still the best. And just as impressive, the closing, or the speed that race was a 1:51-4 out of Barb Leahy. That just destroys the competition in this race. For second, the 2, Sugar Pie Honey. Only got the 1 start, and it was a pretty good one. Got James McDonald, good post, so I expect a little bit of an improvement from that 4th in there in Sugar Pie's opener. So for second at least, the 8, Funny Business for third, and 1, Wicked Road in there for 4th. So 4, 2, 8, and 1 here in race 7. Let's give you a 20-cent pick 4. Generally, I'm going to spend a little more money tonight. It seems like we need to spread a bit in order to get it. But you know what? I'd like to get it. So that's what I'm going to do. Race number 4. It started the first 20-cent pick 4. 1, 2, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3. With 2, 5, 7, and 9. And then I think I only need the 2 and 4 in the last leg. That's going to cost us $19.20 for a 20-cent ticket. Let's roll back to race number 8. Front half speed, 1, 7, and 3. Middle move horse is the 8. And that was his big, really, he's got a big plus 11 2 starts back. He was 8 1/4 lengths behind, roared away to a 3-length lead. So that's about 11 lengths difference in 1/4. And then just got reeled in at the end by Stony Burke. Kind of broke my heart that night. I was thinking Craigieburn. Stays flat. This one's going to be tough. So got Craigieburn in there for a middle move, top pick. For second, Rhythm of Life. Adjusted closing quarter types, 4, 5, and 2. So selections. It's tight, but I'm going to go back to Rhythm of Life, the 4. This was my deep crunch pick last week, and this one just got squeezed. It was at the back, ready to make a move, closing, but it had all the blocking it needed in the world. It just couldn't get past its own offensive line. They were just in the way. Nowhere to go for Rhythm of Life, so with any better trip, there's lots in the tank and ready to be unleashed by this horse. For second, I've kind of given it away. Craigieburn figures big time. And quite honestly, if Craigieburn stays flat, it's a first and a 1 and 1A in terms of the 4 and 8 and who the selections would be. So very tight with the 4, 8 in my opinion. For third, the 5, Valentine Blue Chip, likely the favorite, picked on the program. And 2, Dealer's Delight for fourth. So 4, 8, 5, and 2. Here in race number 8. This is the start of the late pick 4 because we got 11 races going on the program tonight. Race 9, front half speed, 2, 4, and then 6 and 8 are tied for third. Middle move horses, 5, and then 2 and 4 tied for second. Adjusted closing quarter, 1, 6, and 5. So selections, going to go to the 1, occasionally sharp. 6 to 1 on the morning line, not picked in the top 4 on the program, but we're looking at a 26 and 2 towards the bottom of the program. And you know what, 26 and 4 in the middle. This horse can definitely close. I think the rail in this case might be a good thing. We won't be 7th or 8th, we'll be about 5th. And dropping in class. So there's lots to like here, including Travis Cullen jumping on for the first time. So 26 and 2, this is our best closing horse in the race. So we'll give the nod to the 1, occasionally sharp, looking for a price. For second, the 4, Battle with Desire, also dropping, running really well. Don't see why we shouldn't expect a big effort again here. For third, the improving Lady Get Lucky. Might be popping up and winning one of these evenings. And 8, Miss Quicksand. That's, again, likely your favorite. 1, 4, 6, and 8 is what I like here in race number 9. Race 10, front half speed. 3, 2, 6. Middle move, 6. And then 2 and 7 are tied. For second, adjusted closing quarter, 7, 5, and 6. So I got 6 in every one of the categories. Going to put 6 down as my selection. I like the 6, Phoenix. One more time, dropping in class. Figures close on the speed category. Not quite our best speed, but certainly good enough speed to get position. It's got a big plus 6 on the program. That's 3 starts down. And 28 and 1 coming home. That's the third best. So all those factors mean good position and the ability to do something with it. And McClure, I think he might have a pretty decent night. So give the nod to Phoenix. For second, the 7, Bulldog. Thinking maybe a bit of a price here. And again, a combination of adjusted closing quarter and middle move. I like it when I get them both in one horse. For third, the 5, Spartan General. And the 3, Muscle Fashion in there for fourth. 6, 7, 5, and 3 in race number 10. Race 11, the Jackpot High 5. Front half speed, 3, and then 9, and 8, 10 tied for third. Middle move horses are 4, 6, and they are tied. Adjusted closing quarter, 9, and then 4, and then 5, 7 tied for third. Selection-wise, let's go to 9, Odds on Platinum. One of those horses that maybe flies a little bit under the radar, if that's possible. It beats its head in every week against absolutely the best, and maybe doesn't quite get the respect that she deserves. But this is a fine young 3-year-old. Odds on Platinum. Going to put her right on top. For second, the obvious one, the 3 horse, the Barn Dogs Watching. still running at a high level, not having a great year so far. But again, the qualifier was good enough, 152-1. Could be coming back and ready to show a better form cycle. So definitely got to consider the barn dogs. Watching for third, the ever-charging 4-horse Caviar and Crackers. Made a nice move one more time last time. The 10 Style for a Mile in for fourth. And rounding out that high five, we'll go with the 7-horse Ella's Reason. 9, 3, 4, 10, and 7 for the jackpot high five. Go back to the 8th and give you the late 20-cent pick 4. 20-cent variety, as I mentioned, we'll try 4, 5, and 8 with 1 and 4, with 3, 5, 6, 7, and then 3, 4, 9, and 10 in the last. I mentioned earlier a little more money, 19, 20. That's sort of at the top end of what I want to spend, anywhere from $7 on the low end to 19 on the top end. Anywhere in those teens, I'm pretty comfortable. So that's our pick 4 ticket. That's the story from for the Standardbreds at Woodbine, Friday night, August the 2. Hope you have a lot of luck. Be back soon with for winners only. Talk soon.